Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons with the comic book community. Sorry we're late. John was yammering.
John causes too late. That needs to be a shirt.
As for John's yammering.
Yep. Typical.
But here we are as a full group. Feels like it's been a minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, before we jump into where we are in the story, the boys did level up. So if you want to go around the horn and say if we got anything cool or what our upgrades were. Start with Gray.
So obviously I got another spell learned, which I took Banishing Smite, which means as a bonus action I can cast that, and on my next hit with a weapon, I do an additional 5d10 of force damage, and if it knocks somebody below 50 hit points, they are banished to another plane of existence. And then I picked up a Eldritch Invocation, and I took improved pack weapon, which means I'm now like +10 to hit with my sword, and I do +6 now in addition to my roll, so of damage.
Very cool. Dild.
So I get a 5th level spell slot and an additional 4th level spell slot. I can learn 2 new spells, and I can have 1 new spell. One of any spell, I can have another spell always prepared. So my list of 12 now goes to 13.
Tickles.
I do brutal critical, means if I roll a crit, I can throw another weapon die, which is a 12, and gets me more damage, right? So I'm loving it.
If only you would ever roll a crit.
Exactly. It'll never happen, but it's nice to have.
And Doc.
I got 5th level spells, one slot, but learned I forgot how many, a couple. Got 2 just due to my domain, and then another 1 or 2 just because of the level and how many I could learn. But I got animate objects and creation from being a forge cleric, and then also learned mass cure wounds.
Nice.
And greater restoration.
Good. Sounds useful.
Yep. Which I can only cast those once a day, but still.
Maybe that's the difference between a TPK and not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the mass cure wounds is 5d8 plus 5.
I'll probably need that, so keep that handy.
Well, that'd be to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, mass means multiple targets.
Nice.
Okay, so last time rather, you were able to access the grand tower in the middle of the necropolis by completing the all of the riddles, revealing secrets, and lighting fires in your hand, etc. And I believe Tickles was not here, right? Or was it?
Yeah, Tickles was gone. I was here.
So you missed out the fact that Dild can shapeshift. That was his secret that he revealed.
Nice.
But, obviously that has not really been very useful to him since he has not used it throughout this campaign. But now that it's out in the open, maybe he will. We shall see.
So when you shapeshift, he can be anything, or it has to be animal, or what is it?
No, I mean anything. I
Anything
guess
can be
it's got to be
a
living. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to turn into like a barrel or something.
You can change his appearance to.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's something that he has to be aware of. You can't turn into like a Tarrasque or something, and have all the powers of it. And it's also
Right.
just the way he looks. It's not.
Yeah, it's not. He doesn't actually become. It's not like a druid that becomes a bear. He just looks like a bear.
Right.
So it's not like he can become a sword and we can use him.
No.
Stop making me an inanimate object.
Also,
I know I'm called Dild, but
Tony. Also, we did get a long rest in during that session before we went into the thing. So
Okay.
So if you had not taken that yet,
and no, there's not been. Well, there was a small altercation, but I don't think anyone really.
yeah.
I mean, certainly, you wouldn't have gotten hit since you weren't there.
Yeah.
So you entered the tower. You fought a guy at the entrance. You walked into a large ballroom where chamber music was playing, and there were people milling about as if they were at a very fancy kind of black tie affair ball, with waiters going around with appetizers and all that. You kind of dismissed really interacting with them too much and started exploring further. You found a room with a bunch of staffs that didn't seem to do much. You found a room that looked like a science laboratory with a brain in a jar who offered to turn you into brains in jars if you so wished. And then we ended with you going into another room where it was a bar very similar to the ballroom, where there are a number of patrons chatting and drinking with a barkeep. And you spoke to the barkeep and asked what they were celebrating, and he said life. So that's, I believe, where we left off. Did I forget anything that was of importance that you guys remember?
The one staff we were supposed to find, supposedly from I think it was the head person, that the head in a jar would then help us
Oh, yes.
fix the obelisk, which I forgot what that did. That did something.
Yeah, it says needs Eriolathis staff of power. The characters bring it to the study, steal the staff, bring it to her. Yeah.
My notes on that don't make any sense. All right, they don't make any sense to me now. So,
I'll read it again.
She would do something with the staff to the obelisk and fix something.
no.
The brain in the jar. Her singular goal is to restore Yithrin to its past glory. She doesn't know why the city crashed. She believes the broken obelisk can turn back time to repair the damage. To activate its magic, she says she needs the Staff of Power, which Eriolathis keeps in his study. She proposes that characters break into the study, steal the staff, bring it to her. She declines to accompany them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make more sense now?
Mm-hmm.
Your notes?
Yes. My notes were simply like study, like the guy's name and staff of power in his study to activate obelisk, and I was like, to do what? So, I didn't get it all down. So.
All right. So I'll read the description of the room you're in again. And by the way, Tickles.
Yes, sir.
The rooms in this first floor, at least, are 30 feet high, so you don't have a problem walking through them.
Mm-hmm.
But the hallways, any hallways that you encounter, are only 10 feet high, so you will have to crawl through them.
Crawl. Okay.
So if you encounter anything in the hallways, you're going to have a difficult time acting. Just to let you know.
And I can fix you now.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Just once. I meant per day. So, if I do
Well,
that,
he
then
only
I can
needs to be fixed once.
once. But I just meant,
Yeah, then you can't
do
use
that.
your mass cure wounds.
Yeah.
And you used your other item already, right?
That was gray, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I used the greater, yes, to save somebody from the poisoning. So I only have left. I think I can cast. I don't. With the charges, I think I could cast a lesser restoration.
Right. Yeah, that's what I thought. I remembered as well.
Yeah. So I could not cast greater anymore. So.
Okay. All right. Well-dressed revelers mill about, talking loudly to each other while servants carry bottles of wine and spirits around to refill their cups. Behind a rectangular counter, a bald, pale-skinned humanoid serves wine from an ornate bottle. And that is the gentleman you were talking to when we ended last time.
Can we drink?
Priorities.
You can do anything you want to, at least
I
once.
mean, you can do it. It's D&D, man. You can try whatever.
Well, you see what they're like ghostly figures, right? So I mean, is it ghostly?
They're not ghostly figures. They are people.
Oh, they are. I thought they were ghostly people. Okay.
When did I say ghostly?
I don't know, something about the ball. Something you said in the ballroom made me think that they were not real.
I'll read, since you weren't here, I'll read the description of the ballroom as well. Chamber music washes over you as you enter this ballroom. In contrast to the desolate, frozen ruins outside, a dozen people mill around in here, dressed in flowing silk garments and holding colorful hand masks and feathered fans. Noble courtiers laugh and gossip as servants move among them, offering sugar treats on silver platters.
Yeah, there's no ghost in there. Okay, I was totally wrong.
Okay, so we're in the bar. Was there another exit out of the little bar room, or was it just was this a dead end? I forget. Sorry.
There is a passageway that leads to like an antechamber, and there's a door that leads out, but just judging from your spatial awareness, you can tell that that door leads back to the ballroom as well. So there's the bar with an antechamber, and then so you have two exits, but they both go back to the same place.
Okay. I think I was the one that started talking to the bartender. So he said life. So I'm just going to ask him. I'll be like, how have you guys survived for this long?
Says, well, I'm quite sure I don't know what you mean by this long.
The city has been on the ground and frozen for hundreds of years.
Oh, and you're very droll.
Okay.
Interesting.
Make a perception check for me.
Sure. What's my perception? 21.
Same.
You're muted, Tickles.
Oh, no, I'm not muted. I didn't say anything.
Oh, your mouth.
You notice behind the bar a number of bottles of alcohol, of wine, that while they don't look old, like they don't look ancient, but you can see the vintage years on them, and they're thousands of years old.
Ooh, good stuff.
But they don't look super dusty or cracked or ragged. They look as if they were new.
Interesting.
So I go up to the bar. I said, "What? So you guys are celebrating life?"
Yes, isn't it a wonderful thing to be alive?
Oh, I think so too. What are you guys drinking?
You're quite large, my good man.
Oh yeah, you guys got big cups because if I'm gonna have some, I may have I might like ask for a drink. So what are you guys drinking?
Oh, we have a fine selection of wine and spirits.
Are they new brews or are they? Because I like it. This lovely place. I would assume you have some vintage alcohol.
Oh, but of course we have anything that your palate desires
Anything.
and your wallet can afford.
Oh, it's not an open bar. Oh god, that's not good.
Oh, Tony.
What do you got behind what's behind you? Is it just wine? Is this a wine?
A number of alcohol and spirits, as I said. We are a bar, as you can see. Have you been to a bar before, my good man?
Not as nice as this.
I've never been to a bar as nice as this myself either. It is maybe the greatest in the world.
Oh, why do you say that? Because I've been through. Though they've been a little divey. I've been through a few of them. So
said, well, just look around. It is of a class and a style that is unmatched in my travels.
How much is that? The wine behind you, how much is that? Can I see the bottle?
There are many bottles of wine. Are you in the mood for a Shiraz, a Bordeaux?
Yeah,
Cabernet?
can I have a Shiraz? Can I have a Shiraz, please?
Very good. This is a wonderful vintage here. It is 50 gold pieces for the bottle or 5 gold pieces for a glass.
I look at the bottle,
Mm-hmm.
and I assume you guys are next to me, right? So I show you guys the bottle. You notice that there's the date on it. Do you have any questions about the date? Well, I'm just showing you the bottle.
No, I'd already noticed the date.
You noticed the date before you even passed it to him.
Yeah,
I know.
I already knew about the date.
We get all right. So there's 50 gold pesos, right?
Yeah.
How much money I got on me?
50.
50. I'm gonna buy the bottle.
Okay. Excellent choice.
Thank you. We'll open it later.
So, needless to say, while you don't know exactly what, something is off about this situation.
Yeah.
As I'm watching, as Tickles was having this conversation, can I do a perception check of the people? Are they really drinking? Are they really going back and forth?
Sure.
Does it seem like it's a real party or some sort of maybe illusion I don't know.
Oh, it's true.
Makes sense what I'm asking here?
Yeah. What are you trying? You're trying to find out if
I'm just something is clearly off, and I'm trying to observe these people to see if they're really actually drinking anything, if anything is really if this seems like an actual party, or if there's something else that's
a loop, like a video repeating.
Yeah, I mean, if there's something else that it's covering, I guess.
Okay.
That's not as good. 17.
Yeah, you watch the party goers while Tickles is having this fruitful conversation. And yeah, they are really eating and drinking, or so it seems. You don't really notice anything out of the ordinary other than the fact that they are dressed in a way that would not suggest that they have been here for as long as this crash has been here.
And they're not paying any attention to us as being not that we shouldn't be there or something.
I mean, they aren't ignoring you insofar as they aren't walking past you and not noticing you, but they are busy in their conversations and their drinks, and I mean You can attempt to interact with them if you so choose, but
Can I examine the bottle more? Do I have to roll for that?
You own it, so I'm sure you can.
Is that an perception? Is that a investigation? What is it?
what are you trying to figure out about it?
I want to actually want to look at this bottle before I open it up and take a hit out of it. So
Yeah, roll investigation, I guess.
15.
Besides the fact that it looks less aged than the date would suggest, it appears totally on the level as far as everything else is concerned.
I want to uncork it.
Okay.
I want to investigate. I want to take a whiff of it. I want to see if anything.
Smell the cork.
I want to smell the cork.
Okay.
Perry's not here right now.
Sniff that cork.
So is that an investigation again?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a 10.
It smells fruitful and delicious.
So I'm going to take it and take.
I'm assuming what you just did is what you do now.
That's it. I'm going to take a hit
Take
out
the
of it.
bottle and swig it.
I'm going to swig it right out of the bottle. Been a while.
I mean, I'm sure they won't be shocked because this is probably their cheapest bottle.
Yeah, probably the 50s. Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes great. Goes down smooth. Has notes of cardamom and elderberry, and I don't know what else they put in wine. It has good tannins and
Ooh,
a smooth
it's
finish.
going to be a dry red. I
How are
guess.
the legs?
Yeah. The bartender
Running.
said, "Oh well, my good man, you should have let that breathe and decant. But I mean, it is your bottle. I suppose you can do what you want with it." But
All right, so since
it is real wine, and you really drink it.
all right. So there you go.
I guess since there's nowhere else to go in here, like I'm gonna do I see any of these people that are like off by themselves, or is everybody like in a group?
I mean, there's not really like any wallflowers or anything. They all seem to be
Yeah.
enjoying each other's company in either pairs or small groups.
Okay. I
Do
guess
you want
back out to the main room and try a different door, I guess.
All right.
All right. There is. You've explored everything on this side of the ballroom.
Okay.
If you are back, let's say you're standing back at the entrance to this ballroom that you first walked in from, you explored everything on the right-hand side. On the
Okay.
left-hand side, there are two open passageways, one right directly to your left and one up higher, and then there is a large window straight across on the north side.
I'm gonna go across to the window first
Okie dokie.
and see what I can see.
It is approximately 7 foot tall, 4 foot wide window. It overlooks what appears to be about a 35 foot wide gap. On the far side of the gap, a similar window opens into a room that has some kind of shifting colored lights.
Okay. Can I tell what those lights are from here, or are they just lights?
No. So the window is like kind of obscuring the room. So imagine like lights behind a frosted piece of glass where it's, you kind of see just like some, lights kind of fading into different colors. They're not like flashing or anything. It's a very calm kind of transition between colors.
All right. You guys got any other thoughts about these people before we move on?
It appeared you could open the window and obviously Tickles couldn't fit through it, but you could go out the window.
To where? I mean, is there just like a ledge?
So can't you open the window and look out the window, see what you can see? Because right now it's just frosted with lights behind it, but you can't open
He said the window across from me.
There's the window you're standing in front of, and then a 35-foot gap, and then there's another window in a
different tower. So you're looking at a window to a different tower.
So I mean, it is not necessarily a different tower because this 35-foot gap does have walls on either side.
Oh, okay. So it's just an opening.
It's just there's a large kind of what appears to be a kind of bottomless pit in between these two sections of.
From what I can tell from inside the window. Okay. All right. I guess go to one of the passages and I mean, these people don't. I guess we only talk to the bartender.
So you want to go to a small group and see what's going on with them?
I mean, I guess we could try talking to one of the groups before we go on, or we could just keep exploring. Look for like the smallest group of like revelers, and I want to approach them.
Okay, yeah, there's a pair of a man and a woman who seem to be enjoying each other's company and laughing at each other, and kind of having what seems to be a very joyous conversation.
So I'm just going to approach them and say, excuse me, sorry to interrupt your conversation, but we've kind of just stumbled into this. Can you tell us what you guys are celebrating? What's going on?
Well, isn't there always something worth celebrating, my good man? Welcome. You said you stumbled into the tower? That's...
Well, we stumbled into this party, I guess I should say.
Ah, yes. Well, when is there not a good time to throw a celebration?
Oh, celebrations are always good. If life is good. How long has this celebration been going on?
Oh, just this evening.
Insight check. Just to see like what his perception of this evening is, maybe, but like 14.
From what you can tell, he is telling what he believes to be the truth.
Okay. What was I going to I insight checked and then I forgot what I was going to say. What my next question was going to be. So do you guys have these kind of gatherings often?
Oh, yes. Well, anytime we can find an excuse, which is most evenings, if I'm being completely honest.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, you want me to pass you the bottle, see if you can top them off?
Sure, you can do that. You're standing there.
Oh, all right. Hey, how you doing?
I love that, I love how we are a gnome, a 4-foot rabbit, a dwarf, and a 20-foot tall.
We don't stand out at all.
Not
So, hey, how you doing? So I take
Oh,
this
well, good sir, you are extraordinarily massive.
That's what they always say, especially the girls. How you doing, sweetheart? So I top them all off. Say, hey,
I was drinking brandy.
that's okay. It's a party. It's a party. Yes, but you can't celebrate with half a glass. You got to fill up your glasses.
Well, let me get you some orange juice and milk to go with your wine then.
Hey, would you like a mimosa? So what's tonight's celebration? So is it your birthday? Something?
Oh, no, just celebrating a wonderful evening.
And you guys are doing this all the time here?
Whenever we can.
It's like an endless party
Well, everything has to have an end and a beginning, of course.
that you can never leave?
That is a very, very strange thing to say, my large friend.
In my head, I'm listening to Hotel California right now.
I got the vibe. I got the vibe.
A waiter comes by and replaces the man's wine brandy with a regular brandy.
No pink champagne on ice.
There you go. Stab it and steal it.
I'm just going to thank them for their time, and I'm going to move along.
Oh, you guys have a great party. Guys, take it easy.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
I guess the first of the open passages. I'm going to go check it out.
All right. Through the passage, it opens into a hallway, which Pickles, again, is only 10 feet high. So if you choose to join them, you will have to crawl through this area. There are 3 doors in front of you.
Left, right, and center? Or
Yes.
left. We'll go to the left one first.
All right. The room does not have any occupants in it. It contains a single table, a cabinet, and a dresser. Everything is in what appears to be a significant amount of disarray and covered in ice, very similar to the rest of what you have seen in this necropolis area while you've been down here.
So, but different than what we've seen inside this tower to this point.
Correct.
Okay. Can I open the desk or the cabinet?
Sure.
I'm going to investigate 1 or 2 or whatever of those. That is not very good. That is 11.
That's fine. The cabinet is filled with ancient parchment scrolls, which appear as though if you were to pick them up, they would kind of crumble into dust. And the dresser contains what at one point was writing materials.
Okay. Nothing else. I don't see anything else of interest. Checking around this room.
No.
All right. I guess back out into the hallway. And door in the center. Or the straight ahead, I guess.
It is a very similar room with similar pieces of furniture, but it is not identical, as the furniture kind of has fallen and been broken in different ways.
Okay.
So it appears as though like these are or were offices of some sort, or studies, or something that were similar, but obviously they're not perfectly identical as.
So, but we've been walking around here. We went through almost all the passages now, and there's no sign of like where these people are living or doing anything other than being at this park.
Basically,
correct. As of yet, you have not seen any sort of living quarters or a kitchen or anything that would signify
like how they're. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to investigate all the stuff, the furniture in this room, just to see if there's anything useful that hasn't fallen apart. That's a little better. 15.
Similarly to the first one, it is, there's some old parchment in the cabinet, but nothing that you can really read or see anything of.
All right. Back out and to the door on the right.
Yeah, it appears also to be a very similar chamber.
All right. One more investigation of this furniture and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 3.
Yeah, why doesn't someone else take a look around this room?
I was going to say I'm fine investigating if you like.
Well, you guys aren't saying anything. I'm just like doing all the talking here.
Oh, I'm too big to get in the room.
I got a 6.
I got a 17.
Okay. Dill, you locate one piece of parchment that is survived well enough that you can read part of it. It appears to be some sort of unfinished letter that details the acquisition of an artifact dating back to the Empire of Ostoria. This rune-carved stone spindle is described as having an unknown purpose. The writer notes that it has been moved to the Citadel's stasis chamber for further study.
I don't know that I know what any of that means, but all right, I pass that information along.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what the...
We know they have a station.
Sorry, Alex, so I can write it down, get it completely written down.
What's that?
Can you say it one more time just so I can get it written down?
Yeah, it is an artifact dating back to the Empire of Ostoria, Ostoria. It's a rune-carved stone spindle with an unknown purpose, which has been moved to the Citadel stasis chamber for further study.
Moved to stasis chamber.
A spindle.
Okay. All right. I guess back out to the party. I'm gonna before we go down the last hallway here, I was gonna stand and observe for a few minutes. Do I see these people coming and going from anywhere, or are they just in this room and maybe going to the bar? Do I even really see them going to and from the bar?
Yeah, they are. Some of them, especially the waiters, are moving between the room you have not been in yet, and this room and the bar. There are people that are moving between those locations, but no, they're not going to the other doors or the other passageway you just came through.
Yeah, so it's just to and from the bar. Okay. I'm not thinking of the right question, I guess.
I know.
All right, down the last hallway that we haven't investigated yet.
Okay. Courtiers lounge on luxurious cushions inside this circular chamber, smoking from long pipes and dining on fruit. Against the back wall is a large harp, its strings being plucked magically to fill the room with haunting music. In the middle of the room, a gem-studded cubic wooden chest sits on a round marble table with an octopus-shaped base.
No tickles.
And how many people are in this room?
It doesn't say specifically, but 6 to 8.
Okay, so I'm gonna do they, as we walk in, does anybody react to us in here?
Yeah, I mean, a couple of them kind of turn their heads to see who's entering the room, but they don't necessarily interact with you, but they do notice your presence.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over to the harp and just look at it real close. See if I can understand. Assume it's just a magical harp, but I just want to check it out.
Okay.
Do I need to roll Arcana or Investigate or Perception or what?
If you're trying to see what the deal with it is, roll Perception. If you're trying to figure out how it is magically being played, roll Arcana to see if you maybe know what magic.
I'm just gonna what the deal is with it. The Perception one, I think, is what I'm gonna do. So that is an 18.
Yeah, it is. It is looks to be of fine artisanal work. It's carved intricately and played perfectly by this unseen force. Um,
Okay.
but it's not like a robotic perfection.
It clearly appears to be magical.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So
Whether or not you can't really tell if the harp itself is magical or if some magic is being used to
Play it.
interact with the harp.
Gotcha.
can you tell me more about the chest?
I wasn't gonna get there, but
What would you like to know about it?
It's on the octopus is the pedestal. It's not on top of it, right?
It sits on a round marble table with an octopus-shaped base. So the chest is a gem-studded cubic wooden chest. It sits on a marble table with octopus-shaped base. So the table that it is on is the thing that is octopus-shaped.
So if I get near it, does anybody look twice at me?
Make a perception check.
That's an 8.
You have no idea.
Do I see anybody looking at him whenever he starts to walk over the way? Because this would be concerning to me too. Maybe for different reasons, but and I doubt I do because that was a 6.
You don't even see him walk over there.
I reach out to touch it. Does anybody look at me sideways, give me the dirty eyeball while I'm doing it?
Yes, I do.
I'll make another.
So I turn around from looking at the harp and go.
Oh, that's a better one. That's a 22.
Yeah, you definitely notice Gray and Doc giving you the evil eye, kind of being like, "What are you doing?" But the people in the room seem more concerned about their enjoying their 420, passing the duchy on the left-hand side. Then
Okay, hold on. I gotta read this. I got a spell here. I'm
Oh Lord!
Secret doors. Allows access. Okay, so that unlocks it. Okay, because I got that. So I'm going to try to open it.
Okay, it is not locked. You open it; it is empty.
Can I try to take the jewels off the box?
You're gonna try to pry the jewels
Last
off the box.
campaign's going to go great.
I mean,
I was trying to make sure I understand what you want to do.
Yeah, I
opened it. Nothing was in it. You close it, and then you just start trying to rip jewels off of it in front of all these people.
You are 25 feet tall. You could just pick up the chest.
Pick it up. Yeah.
All right. I want to pick up the chest.
Okay. You do.
And I give it to Gray to stick it into his. Who's got the bag of holding?
So, like, if he does this, do I do a perception check of how are people reacting to him picking up the box? That's a 21.
They seem unconcerned or uninterested.
Okay.
So you stick into your bag of holding.
It's hardly been the case.
There you go.
Sure. I let him put. I open the bag of holding.
I go.
Anyone else want to look at it before you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
I can investigate it. I guess.
There you go.
I don't know what I'm gonna discover.
Investigate it before he does it.
24.
He beat me. Actually, that's not often. I got
I
an
rolled a
18.
20 plus 4.
Damn. So
okay.
crit.
Yeah.
Doc with a 24 and a crit. You don't know how or like what its purpose is, but you know that this is a magical item. So you would have to do some further investigating to figure out what it does, but you know that this
Can I
is not.
do now that he
chest.
knows this? Can I do like an Arcana check on it to see if I know what it does?
Sure.
That would be a 5 because I
Yeah.
rolled a 1.
That does not sound good.
So you rolled a critical fail.
I'm trying to figure out what it is. Yeah.
So you
Off of his critical
basically
success.
think it's a cardboard box. Like you don't even register it.
That looks interesting to me. So somebody else can look at it.
I mean, that's kind of my thing. I don't know why you guys keep cutting in line.
Yeah.
Well, because you don't say nothing.
I'm right here, 21.
For Arcana?
An Arcana check, yes.
One second. You recognize this as a abracadabras. It is a very rare, wondrous item. It's an ornate gemstone-studded wooden chest, and it has 20 charges, and a creature can use an action to touch the closed lid of the chest and expend one of the chest's charges while naming one or more non-magical objects with a total of one gold piece or less. The named objects magically appear in the chest.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So wait, man.
You're welcome.
So basically, like, it's J.J. Abrams' magic box. Whatever you want to imagine, it's in the box.
But
Or it's
and then it steals it from somewhere else.
it is the thing on Star Trek that makes the food.
Yeah, food replicator. All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
But this is stealing an object. It's not replicating it, right?
Uh,
It's not like we're gonna make 5 bags of holding and like bing, 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 bing.
well,
But it can only be up to a gold.
a bag of holding is worth more than one gold piece. So
it's only something that's one gold piece.
it does not say if it creates it or steals it, but it just appears in the chest, and it regains 1d20 expended charge daily at dawn.
Okay, so it is I'm looking. I need to look
We
at
could
it.
create 20 gold a day.
Did you say it was a wondrous item?
It
Yes.
is a wondrous item. Yes.
Because it'll create a gold piece.
Ooh. See?
So, and what's it called again? Sorry.
It's called the
Abracadabras.
Abra. Okay, it's not coming up as an item on the thing.
Abracadabras.
It is specific to this campaign, so I don't know.
Okay, so yeah. So custom item, the abracadabras. So it does. Let me add a custom item since we're putting it in the thing.
Hey, you realize a bag of 1,000 ball bearings is 1 gold.
Oh, Lord. What the heck?
You'll have
And we're
ball
back.
bearings for days.
Thanks, Nichols. We only got a couple nights left to
Utilize that.
utilize that.
Abracadabras, and how many charges? It's got 20,
20.
and it's 1 charge to do 1 item worth 1 gold piece.
Well, so you say the name of an. Let me explain this a little more clearly. The named objects magically appear in the chest, provided they can all fit inside the chest and doesn't contain anything else. For example, you can conjure a plate of strawberries, a bowl of soup, a flagon of water, a stuffed animal. So, like, you can say, like Tickle said, 1,000 ball bearings. You don't have to say, I want to conjure a ball bearing.
Yeah, you say, like, I want a bag of ball
the
bearings.
The chest can be filled as long as it can fit within the chest.
As long as it can fit. Oh, so what was the gold thing, then the limit then?
1 gold or less.
Yeah, it's worth 1.
So I can't use it. I can't use the box to make a ladder, even though it's 1 gold, because it wouldn't fit in the box.
The interior compartment is a cube measuring 1.5 feet on each side.
Fit and worth 1 gold or less. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I just want to make sure I write the description correctly.
There we go.
naming one or more
It's in
non-magical
the-
objects worth a
It's in
total
the
of one
private
gold
chat.
piece or less. So,
Oh,
yeah.
is
It's
it?
in the
I just Googled it and found it.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
I guess I could have just pasted the link. That would have been easier. Gross.
That's okay. I'm just going in here. I can just go in and edit what I just typed.
Ballberry.
I can just add this.
Okay.
All right.
Here's a stupid question. The bar and the ballroom, did they have anything like that? Something out of it already just sitting someplace? Okay.
No, I mean, you notice the wine bottles behind the bar, but the ballroom is just a ballroom. There's not really.
As we leave this room and we move into the ballroom, I'm going to take out the gray bag of tricks. And you can use an action to pull a fuzzy object throw it, and I'm going to toss into the middle of the room and let's see what appears. And I just want to see how these people react.
Okay.
What is it? D8? 5. And a panther appears in the middle of the room.
Yeah, they all seem quite alarmed by this. Do you have control over the panther? Or is
Yeah,
it
you can use your action to pull a fuzzy object from the bag, throw it 20 feet. When the object lands, it transforms into a creature you determine by rolling a d8, consulting the table. The creature is friendly to you and your companions and acts on your turn. You can use a bonus action to command the creature, how the creature moves and what action it takes on its next turn, or give it general orders as to attack enemies in the absence of such orders. The creature acts in a fashion appropriate to its nature. So I'm gonna just tell it to come to me. Like I just want to see how these people reacted. Like because they keep
they're scared as hell.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just be like, don't mind him. He's with me.
In his defense, they seem kind of nonplussed by a 25-foot.
Yeah, I mean, 20-foot tall, like dragonborn, and they're just like
4-foot rabbit.
Well, you all seem to be intelligent adventurers. You're dressed. You're wearing armor. It's not a wild beast. There's a much different animal, no pun intended. So yeah, they kind of all, either go running into the bar or the den area where you found the chest, if they're close to those areas. Otherwise, they kind of go, hug the walls of this room to kind of give this panther a wide berth.
Okay. Well, I just ask it to come to me and walk with us. Now, we've tried every exit from this room at this point.
So it seems.
Are there stairs or anything?
Yeah, so we haven't found, we came up here and this was the only route we took, and we haven't found another way out of here.
The only place you have not accessed is the window on the other side of the large.
I looked out, but we didn't open it. Okay, I'm going to go over to the window and open it.
Okay.
And look and see if there's a way to get down. What we're looking at here.
Yeah, I mean, there's no ladder or anything like that. There's no ledge. It appears to be sheer rock walls on all four sides.
Okay. And it's 35 feet across.
Yep.
And there's the window on the other side and nothing else.
Correct.
Like no other openings that I can see.
Correct.
There's no ledge. There's nothing we can hold on to or shimmy
there's no-
across or anything like that, right?
Can I see the bottom?
No.
Okay.
Can we drop a torch?
If you have a torch, you can light
I
it and
have a
drop it.
torch. I have a torch. I have 9 of them actually.
Okay.
So I'm going to light a torch and drop it down the hole.
You just dropping it straight out the window.
Yeah, I mean, we want to see what's down there.
Okay.
So at least we'll see how far it goes down at least.
You drop the torch, and about a couple feet down from the window, it seems to stop in midair.
It just floats there.
I mean, it doesn't like it's not floating. I mean, yes, it appears to be floating, but it's not like floating. It just
Stop.
like it froze.
Did it make a noise when it stopped? Like it hit something, or did it just stop?
It did not make a noise, but it just stopped. Didn't
Make that.
slow or anything. It just stopped.
You said it was only like 2 feet down?
Yeah, it was a couple of feet down from the window.
Okay. I'll crawl out the window and hang
Oh
and see
wait,
if my
Tickles
feet
can
touch
like
something.
so. Is it close enough that Tickles, being as big as he is, can reach the where the torch is?
Yes. Remember the window is only 7 feet tall and 4 feet wide, so he could not fit out the window, but he could like reach an arm out the window.
That's what I mean. Like rather than you like climb out to see if there's something there, like I want to have him reach out and
If
see
you
if
could
he
reach to
feels
get the
something.
torch.
Yeah.
Sure.
Why not? Okay, I'm a little buzzed because I drank the wine. So I reach out.
You didn't drink that much wine as big as you are.
We warned you, don't drink the fairy wine.
So I reach out to grab the torch.
Well, like touch around it, see if there's like a surface there or something we just can't see.
Yeah, sure. I poke it.
Okay. Yeah, it does seem the torch seems to be on some sort of invisible surface.
Put the candle back.
So when I touch that visible surface, soft, hard.
Feels like ground, like a floor, almost. It is not like squishy. It seems solid.
So, like while he's doing this, I'm looking at the people. Is there anyone still left in the room with us, and have they went back to doing what they're doing, or are they still like just like fearful?
There are people still in the room with you, but they all still are kind of keeping an eye on this giant jungle cat that you have introduced into the.
Well, it's standing over there with us. Like I called it.
Yeah,
too.
sure, but it's still a jungle cat in the room with them. They're making sure they keep an eye on it and keep their distance.
Does it?
They're
all right.
not like having the same joyous revelry as they did a few minutes ago.
Okay, so
Toss the cat out the window
yeah,
and have it run over to the other door.
Yeah, have it go look
Or
at the other window. All right, I'm going to tell it to like that. There appears, despite what it. So, what does it do? Like, is it actually going to like follow something like that? Yeah, it does what I tell it. So,
I mean, you killed the other one in the mist.
we did kill the other one in the mist. The last time we did this, we did kill the one in the mist. I felt bad about that.
Just spirit. It's not like it's an actual animal.
I know it's not. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell it to like cross over and look in the other window.
Okay, it jumps out this window and walks across what appears to be a giant pit, but makes it to the other side and kind of paws at the window.
Okay. But Tickles can actually get out this window.
What's that?
Tickles actually can't come with us at this point.
Correct.
Can I break anything? Can I destroy the window type of thing to make a bigger hole?
Try to dismantle the wall. This window is 7 feet by 4 feet. So if you can figure out how to make something that is large enough to fit your 25-foot tall body out of, I mean, you would have to bust the actual wall surrounding the window.
I couldn't go out sideways, like head first.
No.
I mean, I guess you're probably of a size that you could try to fit sideways, but it's not guaranteed that you could fit out the window. Or
he's gonna have a check, and then you're gonna be stuck
out the window.
I mean, I guess it would be an acrobatics check.
So I mean, you think about you're a barbarian, so you're a well-built man.
Yeah,
dragonborn. So you think of how wide a muscly guy who's 6 feet tall is.
Plus, I got the
Multiply
tail.
that by 4.
Yeah, right.
You're at the very least, your shoulders are 7 feet wide.
Yeah. I kind of just want to see him get stuck. All right, I'm gonna let's see. I'm gonna tie, just in case. I'm gonna tie a rope around myself, hand in part of it to Doc, and then I'm gonna cross and see if I can open the window on the other side.
Okay. Yeah, you jump out the window and land on this invisible surface, and walk across to the other side, and it appears you can open the window.
All right, I'm gonna open the window. What do I see?
You see from what you can see just from looking through the window, you see a room with mirrored surfaces and some alcoves that extend outwards that end in points.
But I don't see anyone or any people or anything on this side.
Correct.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go on and what are we doing about Tickles, I guess is the question. Are we finally gonna give up the 25-foot tall monster?
I mean, it had to happen at some point, I guess.
If I had to.
He's so sad.
I'll pat him on the back and say it's okay and cast Greater Restoration.
So I go back to what I was before.
So I think the only thing that changed is your strength, right?
Yeah. How do I do it though? Okay. All right, guys, continue. I'll figure this out.
I don't remember what strength it gave you, but yeah.
Yeah, I have to
There's
go
+2.
All right, so enter the room on the other side.
Okay. Your reflections dance over the mirrored surfaces of this chamber. 11 alcoves extend from the walls like the points of a star, each one narrowing to a niche where a gently glowing crystal is mounted 5 feet above the floor. The air seems to hum with pent-up power.
Okay. Go.
Are you by yourself? Did everyone else go with you?
I don't know.
I would have followed once I saw that he made it over there and in.
Okay.
Then I got the Panther with me still.
Yeah. As you guys begin to file in, suddenly the crystals brighten as rays of energy burst forth one by one to converge in the center of the room. As more of the rays intersect, a translucent figure comes into view where their light converges. A bald man wearing a long purple gown. His face breaks into a smile as he sees you. And he says, "Well, greetings."
Greetings to you.
"Thank you. It is so good to have someone to talk to after all these years."
Oh, so you realize time has passed.
Of course, what a silly thing to say.
Well, it seems like the people across the way here from the room we just came from that don't really understand that. They've been partying for
It's 1999.
yeah.
People across the way, well, I'm quite sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, there appears to be some sort of party going on across the this little invisible walkway between these two windows.
Well, at the risk of seeming rude to my newfound friends, I am sure you must be mistaken.
So when I look back, like to the other room, do I see people in that room now? What do I see? And we look back in the other window.
Yeah. Now that the panther is gone, they seem to be kind of hesitantly returning to their party.
Well, either way, my name is Gray. What is your name, sir?
Oh, my name is Everlast.
That's what she said.
That's what she's wishing.
I was gonna say.
Fair.
All right. And now, as I look at Everlast here, like, is it still just like a light, like a ghost light figure, or is it like, has he solidified, or what am I looking at here?
No, he starts as a translucent figure, but he seems to be, he is clearly a magical projection, but he appears fully solid.
Okay.
So you're Everlast? What is it like?
I get it.
Can you tell us about this place? What is this room that that we've seemed to have stumbled upon?
Oh, yes. Well, this is what is colloquially called the Chamber of Sorcery. My creator and owner, I suppose you could say, Iriolathis created me in this room. I was created to aid in the restoration of Yithrin from the ruin that we see here.
Was Iriolathis, is that the same name from last week?
For the
wizard or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And just what is your function? How are you going to aid with this, given the conditions we see?
Well, I have great knowledge. Obviously, no one has been here to allow me to aid them in quite some time, so I'm not quite sure. I am more of an aid than an ideas man.
Okay. Do we know what we're looking for yet? Like, in terms of like for the Frostmaiden?
We'll see where to stop her, but we don't know.
I mean, something called the Staff of Power is maybe something you would be interested in.
Yeah. Can you tell us where we've heard that like Iriolopsis has a staff of power that could potentially like restore the obelisk and the city. You know where we could find that?
Well, yes, but this might be an unwise path for you to go down. The obelisk was damaged in the crash, as you may well know. Iriolathus was unable to repair it. So it is a risky business to use the Staff of Power on the obelisk at this point.
Okay.
We had a floating brain that told us it was.
Yeah, there was a brain in a jar that told us that might be a good idea.
Yeah.
But then again, I guess it was a brain in the jar. So
He also thought it would be we would all want to be brains in jars as well. So
well, it gives you a lot of time to think.
True.
You need to find someone to act for you, I suppose.
So, if the obelisk couldn't isn't something that can restore the city, are there other objects in the tower here that would potentially be of use?
Well, if I knew that, I would have already put things into motion as well I could. Many great minds have tried over the years, and no one has seemed to come to a consensus or a solution.
But so I'm curious. You seem confused by us seeing the party across the way. There aren't any real survivors then from the city falling?
Well, I've heard tale of certain Magian and constructs that still wander the streets, but they are automatons at best.
Interesting.
What about the master that created you? Is he still around?
Oh, if he is, I have not seen him in too many years to count.
Have you ever heard of the Frostmaiden?
I do not believe that name sounds familiar now. You guys are great. It is just an absolute pleasure to have someone to talk to.
Well, pleasure is ours to have somebody that might have some answers that can help us. It's, unfortunately, I don't know that we know the right questions to ask you. It doesn't seem like.
So, why were you created?
To fix the city.
I was created to aid in Iriolopsis' quest to repair Yithrin.
And all this time, you don't know. You still haven't succeeded in fixing the city. Have you become Have you gotten close to fixing the city?
Have you seen the city?
What is your you say you were created to do that? What is your perception of what's going on outside of this room in terms of what you can how do you know the conditions of things, I guess? Just trying to understand how you can function and how we could potentially aid you and your.
Well, here's the frustrating part. My orders, or programming, as you might say, prevent me from revealing the city's secrets to outsiders. So it is kind of tricky if you do not know what you are trying to accomplish or where to go. I am unable to give you that information. I can help you if you bring something to me, but I can't say, hey, here's this thing over there, or this is how this works. It is.
Well, no, I was just trying to wasn't necessarily how things work. I was trying to understand how you work in terms of what your perception of your surroundings are beyond just this room.
Yeah, no, I can't really. No.
Okay.
Believe me, it frustrates me more than it frustrates you.
I think what he was maybe wondering is, how did you know that those people over there aren't actually over there?
I don't know what people over where.
Can you see like across the way? Can you see out the window here to the other window?
I don't see at all. I'm an illusion.
Then how do you see it? How do you know we're here?
Well, again, I can't reveal the secrets of the.
Okay, so you don't really know anything that's happening outside of this room.
Oh, I know quite a lot. I just can't explain.
But you can't say any of it. Okay.
I can't explain the how.
Is there anything we can bring you to help you fix the city?
Well, again, that is not information I can share with you. If you bring me something and tell me to help you with it, I can help you achieve your goals. I just can't point you in a direction or tell you how to do it.
All right. So we find something and then we bring it to you and you tell us what it is or what it can do.
So as we're having this conversation with Everlast, is there an exit from this room that I can see?
Make a perception check.
That is a 9 + 6, 15.
Oh, you said a 16?
15.
No, you don't notice.
I needed apparently I needed the 16.
Did I roll perceptive then?
So,
7.
14.
Dill?
Still.
I can give it a shot. Let's do one last try. I roll a 20, so I don't care what I'm adding to that sucker.
With a 20, you notice 30 feet above the floor on the ceiling, there appears to be a hatch.
Oh, now it is a friggin'
I just wanted to be on record that the lost fan found the hatch. I'm just throwing that out there.
Hold on. There's a hatch.
but that appears to be so. That's the only exit from this room.
Well, other than the way you came in.
How big is this wall? How big is this room?
The room itself is the center of the room is about 15 feet wide, and then the little spires that go off of it are about another 5 to 7 feet.
So you can walk
to each point.
Spider walk.
I can walk up walls.
Okay.
You can.
Yeah. So I'm walking. So anybody got a rope in your back? You got?
Oh yeah, I had. Well, I used it to cross the thing, but yes, I had.
Well, I had the other end of it. I was going to leave it tied to you onto the rope as I came back.
Walk him around like he's on a leash.
I just wanted to make it over there before to make sure it wasn't.
Yeah. So
How long
we untie the rope and give it to. It's 50 feet of rope, so I give it to Tickles. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So I start walking up the walls.
Okay.
And then I guess I can walk around. Once I get to the ceiling, I walk across the ceiling.
Okay, you reach the hatch. It is closed.
Can I open the hatch?
Make a strength check for me, please.
No, I freaking hit the other ones. Okay, so that's a total of 7.
You can. The hatch does not seem to budge.
Okay, can I try it again?
Sure, really put your ass into it.
All right, put my ass into it.
I mean, yeah, you're still a barbarian.
There you go. So that's a dirty 20.
Yeah, with a 20, you're able to, with quite a bit of struggling and grunting and maybe a fart that sneaks out, you are able to pull this hatch open.
Sweet. I look up the hatch. What do I say?
You just look up it,
Well,
or do you?
Yeah, he's looking up it.
I look up the hole. There's a hole, right? Does you open a door?
He's looking in the
I
hole.
just didn't know. Do you go through it, or you just look through it? Are you entering the other room, or are you just
I
peering
think he
through
just
the?
froze.
I think he just froze.
I think he froze when you asked him that. I don't think Tony can sit that still.
No.
Perfect timing.
I think he was trying to say that he was like, he opened it and was going to look before he climbed through, but I don't, yeah. But I don't know.
Well, we might have lost him. Either that, or he's not frozen on his end, and he's just talking to us this whole time, saying, "Guys,
what just happened?
I'm here, guys.
Looking at that hole.
Forget about it. How you doing?"
How you doing?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, we lost him.
Well, so you've got a tickles and tied to a rope that is dangling down 30 feet.
I think.
I would assume he would look there, see if there's anything in there, and then climb. Oh, there we go.
All right.
All
So
right.
what happened? So what happened?
I was asking you, are you going through the hatch, or are you just looking through the hatch?
I'm looking through the hatch right now. What do I say?
Okay. So looking through the hatch, you're basically looking straight up, and you see what appears to be a dome of shimmering ice above.
So it's just.
I mean, you can only see through the hatch, so
Right.
you're looking straight up, and you see what appears to be the top of a dome of ice.
Okay. So I crawl up the hatch a little bit more, and so can I peek? I mean, the hatch, I guess there's a floor there, right? So can I peek to see what's there?
Sure. You ascend into an oval hall glittering with frost. Carvings decorate the walls, and long icicles hang from the ceiling. A 10-foot radius dome translucent ice encloses the area around the shaft from which you emerge.
Closes the area around the shaft. Got it.
At the far end of the hall, two blade-shaped patches of pitch darkness hover in the air to either side of a double door. A glowing green crystal, roughly the size of a human fist, is set in the arch above the doorway.
Okay. So we have to. I assume we have to come up the hatch. So I tied one end of the rope to myself, and I throw the rest down. Right. So that's 50 foot of rope. And then, okay, I yell out, I guess, a brief idea of what I see here. And guys, so let's go. Let's go. Grab the rope and I'll pull you up. Or you can crawl up. Whatever. I mean, everybody's pretty not that big, so.
So you're standing in the room over the hatch, kind of bracing yourself with the rope tied around you.
Because I didn't really see anything to tie the rope to.
Yeah. No.
So do you guys climb up or try to climb up?
Yeah. I start trying to climb up.
Okay. Gray making an athletics check, and Tickles make a strength check.
17.
And that's a 12.
Okay. You are able to make it up. Tickles, you are quite fatigued by holding this pose. In order, Gray, you're able to scurry up this rope pretty easily, but
Okay.
Tickles, you don't know how. It seems it's gonna be harder and harder to hoist these people up.
When did you guys send Dill up first? That would have been much easier.
Well, I'm like the second smallest, but Dill is not athletic, so.
Don't forget, you have Valin with you too. So.
Oh yeah, we got Valin too. That's right. Is there? I'm trying to think if there's a way to.
Now you're up there. Maybe you can figure out a solution.
I'm a dummy. I could have. How many people could I have taken? I forgot I could do that. Bring one. Oh, I could have brought one person. That was dumb. Oh well. So I help him. Together we hold the rope and try to pull the next person up, I guess.
Okay. Who's going up next?
Figure that'd probably be Dild. He's lighter, and the two of you could.
Yeah.
We could almost just pull him up.
If you want to try to do that,
well, he should help us a little bit. At least try. So, do you want us to do both roll? Do you want like with me helping him? Does he get advantage? How do you
Tickles
want to
is going to roll, and Gray, you assist. So,
Okay.
So,
I forget.
And then what am I?
so
am
how
I
do I
rolling
assist? How does that work?
So I rolled a 17, so whatever that means.
Okay. Well, then it's all good. If Dild, if you just need to hold on, so make a strength check for me. It's gonna be pretty low.
Hey, I rolled a 20 again. Now.
Okay. Well, you hold on. You hold on with one arm and kind of like stretch out to the side. You do some sweet moves and make it look so cool.
I tie a bandana around my neck first, like Rambo. Yeah, the whole thing.
All right. Not that Dild's going to help
Okay,
us.
okay, hold on for a second. Inventory. I have a climber's kit includes special tips.
That's for like rock climbing and stuff.
Climber's kit is an action to anchor yourself. When you do, you can't fall. All right, but I can't use that to anchor myself in this ice room, right?
Well, it's not an ice room. There's an ice dome above you.
Oh, okay, I see.
The floor is just a floor.
Gotcha.
Is there anything, now that I'm up here as well, do I see anything that we could like tie it off to?
No.
Okay. Could I drive like, do I see in the floor, could I potentially drive like a pinton or something?
I mean, you could try. It's a stone floor.
Okay. So, but yeah, there's not, I'm just looking, just trying to see if there was something to like make it a little easier to get.
I have 10 iron spikes.
That's essentially what pittons are. Is you know, when the wall doesn't offer handholds or footholds, you can make your own. A pitton is a steel spike with an eye through it that you can switch to loop a rope.
Gray, as you look around looking for something to tie this off to, you do realize that the room is much larger than this dome of ice. So the dome of ice is about 20 feet across, but the room itself is almost twice that.
Okay. Do I see, like, obviously nothing has attacked us or bothered us yet, but as I do a quick scan of the room, do I see, like, anything that caused, like, you said there were some patches of darkness, there was...
two blade-shaped patches of pitch darkness hover above the air to either side of a double door. A glowing green crystal, roughly the size of a human fist, is set in the arch above the doorway.
Okay. But otherwise, there doesn't appear to be like anything in the room with us, I guess. So,
correct.
Okay. I guess if the stone floor doesn't look like there's any way to like drive a pinton into it, I guess we just like the three of us try to pull up the next person with them climbing as well, helping. I don't think I have anything in a bag of holding that would help.
I don't think Tickles you'll be able to pull up Doc, so you'll have to brace yourself, and Doc will do a athletics check. And
Bill and I will be like,
can I
19 on my athletics check.
Can I assist? But can I assist if I can't do the anchor and he's going to do the anchor? Can I assist him?
Why can't you? I said you can do the anchor. You can't pull him up.
Oh, hold on. I misunderstood. Sorry.
Yeah, we're helping you brace.
Okay. So I got to roll again, right?
Yep.
No.
14.
Okay. You are able to hold enough to get him to the top, but when you do, you all kind of like fall into a pile on top of each other when he gets up there.
All right. So we're all, and we still got to get Valen up here.
And make a perception check for me.
Who? Everyone?
Yeah. Yeah.
19.
Dirty 20.
Well, that's good because I rolled a 10.
Okay. Tickles and Doc, you notice that when you land, it is creates somewhat of a loud noise as you all come crashing down to the ground, and you notice the green crystal in the wall kind of kind of shakes a little bit.
Okay. It's loose.
Okay. So with the four of us, I guess, trying to all like hold part of the rope, we're going to try to help Valen up.
Okay.
And I think I can just dissipate the panther, or does the panther stay until something happens?
You can tell it to go away, I think.
The panther can just chill there. It's not bothering anyone at this point.
I'll just be like, hang out with Everlast. So,
Since Valen was not rolling initiative, she rolled a 17 plus her strength. Which
I rolled a 17.
all right.
you scampered right up that rope.
Valen is up there with you.
Okay. So I'm going to like move. So there's just the two patches of darkness and then the one doorway.
Yes, but that's all on the outside of this frosted dome.
Okay. Can I, but there's nothing else in the space. As I look up at the dome, what is there anything on the dome? Is it just an ice? Is there like patterns in it? Is there anything? Yeah. What's going on with the dome?
Yeah, it appears to be a thin layer of ice.
Okay. But like, was it like a glass ceiling, or is it just the ceiling really is just ice?
It's not the ceiling. It is a dome of ice that is in this room.
Oh,
so
okay.
the walls and the ceiling are outside of this dome.
Oh, so they go beyond it. Oh, so can we get out of the dome, or are we gonna have to like?
It is.
I know we haven't tried yet.
Yeah, it appears to be a solid dome all the way around.
Okay, so we're gonna move toward where the dark patches are, or because they're on both sides of the door, right? Or the door that we can see.
Yes.
But there's also that green gem there, right? Or that green light.
Yeah. So basically, there's you have a room. At the bottom of the room, there is a double door with the ice. With the darkness over it and the gem.
Okay.
Within this room, there is a dome of ice that is enclosed over the section, the trapdoor you came through, which you are in.
Okay.
So we have to get out of the dome.
So yeah, we're completely encompassed by the ice, so we cannot get to that doorway yet.
Correct.
Okay.
How thick does the ice appear to be?
It appears to be quite thin.
Cast fireball.
Fireball.
I was gonna say you've got like just a cantrip, doesn't he, that does like fire damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the fire bolt, and then I got a level 1 burning hands.
Can you melt ice with a burning hand?
I mean, it's fire damage.
All right. You can try one of them. See what happens.
I'll throw a firebolt at the. Am I aiming at the dark patches or am I aiming at the door?
The dome that's around us.
Well, you're trying to make the opening near where the door is, I would assume. So
that's what I
we're
said.
trying to get out of here. So
I'll throw a firebolt at that. Do you want me to roll aim and attack?
I mean, you're shooting it at a wall. I don't think you really need to aim.
Okay.
So you cast this firebolt and shoot it at the wall of this dome. It hits and kind of explodes into, non-existence. So it hits, it bursts. It does not do anything to this ice. But you do notice it makes a noise, and the crystal kind of shakes a little bit again.
okay. Interesting. So I'm going to take.
What would you do now?
I have like a just like a hammer for. It's part of like, and I'm going to just go up and take a piton, and I'm going to use the hammer and like try to drive it into the ice and see what happens.
Okay. So you line up this metal spike and smack it with a hammer, and it feels like you're hitting just a solid wall of steel.
Okay. I assume that makes a noise. What does that?
Rather loud, and the gem shakes. Yeah.
So start hitting the wall, just hitting the wall with my hammer, trying to make a loud noise on the wall.
Yeah. I keep with him. I keep doing it with like just trying to make a noise. Like basically just hitting it with something that I think will make as much noise as I can.
Okay. Yeah. Every time you make noise, the crystal kind of flickers and shakes, but
not enough to like dislodge it or to do anything to the ice.
Yeah.
Trying to think of what I have. Anything I have that actually like. Somebody needs shatter. I don't have shatter as a spell, or thunder step, or something that makes a lot of noise.
I was gonna say I have thunder wave.
Does it make the thunder
Or
noise?
Mage hand on the gem. You just pulling the thing off of there. I don't know if it's, doing that because it's moving, or if it's, because if that's the case, it might just mage hand it and pick it up and see what that does.
I can try that.
Try it.
So I'm taking it off of the wall, is what you're saying?
I don't know. I don't know if it's I don't know if it, blinking or whatever it was doing that.
Try to move it and see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. I'll mage hand up there and see if I can grab, move, or adjust the stone in any way.
Yeah. So you mage hand this crystal and try to pry it from the wall. It does come loose. When it does, its light flickers out. The ice of the dome comes crashing down on you. It is thin, so it doesn't do any damage, but it does kind of disorient you for a moment. And when you look back up, the two dark patches are charging at you, and please roll initiative.
Good.
That's one way.
I got 14.
13.
1 second.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
I rolled poorly. My +7 isn't going to do much for me this time.
Okay. Gray,
13.
Dild,
14.
Doc,
6.
Tickles.
That's what I
21.
What?
21.
21.
I rolled
Belen rolled a 6.
That's pretty good for Valen.
Yeah, not too bad, right? Tickles, you'll be up first.
I also rolled a 6, but I have a +7.
So I'm seeing these two shadows just come at me.
Yep, they're basically like in the shape of swords, sort of, or blades.
Okay. I'm going to rage. And I'm going to attack. This one. That's a 16.
16 hits.
This one here. So that's an 11.
Okay. While you do hit them with your axe, it does not seem to affect it.
Oh, that just sucks. So I'm going to hit it again, I guess. Actually, I never use it, so I might as well use it. I get a breath weapon.
You already attacked. That is your
Right.
Yeah, you can't.
Okay.
You can't switch midstream from a physical attack to the breath weapon.
No problem. So I'm going to attack it again. That's a 19.
That hits.
And let's go with this one. And that's 14.
Once again, it does not seem to affect it.
Okay.
Next in the order is Dild.
Looks like it's got to be some sort of magical damage,
Mm-hmm.
and not physical damage.
So I'm useless.
Was I able to tell that his attack had no effect? I mean, roll a perception.
Tickles could probably communicate that.
Hey, my hits don't do shit.
Let's see. Oh man. How far away are these, Alec?
They are from where you are. Let me see. About 15 to 20 feet from where you are right now.
All right, I'll throw some scorching rays at one of them.
Okay. The one on Tickles or the other one?
Yeah, the one on Tickles. Let's see. All right, so I got to make 3 ranged spell attacks. Let's see. Okay. First one's a 19.
Yep.
You want me to roll damage or roll each
You
attack?
can roll damage all at once if you want.
Next one. The next one is 13.
That misses.
And the last one is a 22.
That hits.
That is 14 fire damage.
All right. And did you said the one on tickles or the other one? I'm sorry.
The one on tickles, yes.
Okay.
How do I perceive the?
I mean, it definitely hits it. It does not
Okay.
seem. It does not noticeably not do damage.
Okay.
Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right, Gray.
I guess so. I'm also like 10 feet away or something.
You're about 15, 20 feet.
Okay, then I will. Seeing as tickles, even though I know my sword would be magical, I'm not gonna approach just yet. I'm gonna go on an Eldritch Blast again, or the same one that Dill just attacked. One of those is a 20, and the other one is a nat 20, and the other one is a 23 to hit. So we're gonna do some damage here. So so that is that's not that great. My nat 20 is only 15 damage. I didn't roll that well. And then the other one is another 10, so 25 total force damage.
Okay.
I rolled poorly.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, because it's both that's 2 Eldritch Blasts. So that's
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It is the Dark Blade's turn. The one on Tickles is obviously going to attack Tickles. Okay. That's a 19 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, 25 force damage.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is going to charge past you guys to attack Gray because it didn't like seeing its buddy attacked by you.
Okay.
That's probably not going to do it. That's a 10.
That is not it.
All right. Doc.
So how damaged does the one on Tickles look? Does it look?
I mean, it's hard to say because these are not, they wouldn't get bloodied. So
You have a
it's
shadow. So
difficult to tell how damaged it is.
Okay. I will cast Sacred Flame on the one on Tickles, which is a dex save.
Uh, 12.
That fails. So it takes 6 radiant damage.
Okay.
And then I'll go up to Tickles and cast Magic Weapon on his weapon.
Yay. So how's that work?
It makes it a +1 for an hour until I lose concentration, whichever one comes first. It's a bonus action.
Okay.
that's handy.
So you just add +1 to your attack and to your damage.
Gotcha.
And now you're doing magical damage instead of just physical.
All right. Last in the order is Valin. Surprise, surprise. She is going to shoot the one on Gray. Ease Chill Touch. That'll hit. Uh, 5 damage. And back to the top of the order with Tickles.
I'm going to attack it again.
Before you act, it's going to use its reaction called Preemptive Strike. And it makes a melee attack on a creature that starts its turn within 5 feet of the blade. So it's going to get an attack on you. Before you attack. And that is going to be a 15 to hit.
That's my AC.
Uh, 25 again.
Okay. All right.
Thank goodness for Barbarian Rage. Cut that in half.
You can use your breath weapon now.
Now he has a magical sword or magical.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So that's a dirty 21.
Yep. Any 21 is dirty.
Yep. And that's 11 points damage on that one. Hopefully. And this one is 4. So that's 13. So I missed with that one.
Yeah, 13 is him. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Dild.
Is there any way to determine how these objects are faring at this point?
No.
Is it less shadow? Shadow.
How close are they now? Are they on they're up against these guys, right?
Yeah, so one of them is up with Tickles about 15 to 20 feet from you. The other one is fighting Gray within your general vicinity.
I was just trying to see how Burning Hands is going to end up getting some of these guys, so it's not really a good choice. I guess I'll go with Scorching Ray again. I'll do another 3.
The one on Tickles?
Yeah, I'll keep on going at the one on Tickles. Well, that's a 1, so that one's not hitting anything except maybe Tickles.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to punish you that bad right now.
That's a 15.
15 hits.
And a 24.
That'll definitely hit.
And that's a 16 fire damage.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
Gray.
All right.
Before you start your turn, it is going to take its preemptive strike on you.
Okay.
21.
Yeah, that hits.
$24 damage.
Damn. Okay. Well, I didn't like that, so I'm going to use my sword and attack him with that. First one is 23 to hit.
Certainly does.
And that is a 25 to hit. So with the second one. So both slices. That is 12 magical slashing on the first one, and that's not very good. 9 on the second one, so total of 21.
21. Got you.
And then I'm going to use, for bonus action, I'm going to use my rabbit hop feature, and I'm going to leap 20 feet away from this one without provoking a opportunity attack. And so that it could come right back to me, but it's going to I'm just moving away from it, make it chase me at least.
Yep. All right. Well, it is the blade's turn. I'll do the one on Tickles first. That's going to miss. And then the other one, let me roll a dice to see who it's going to go after. It's going to go after Dild.
Well, that was probably not.
Well, it rolled an 11.
And that's my armor class.
Oh, jeez.
Womp womp.
Your armor class is still 11? I thought it was higher than that.
Nope.
26 force damage.
Woo. That's a hit.
Doc.
I'll go over to the one by Dills. Or close to it anyway. And what do I want to do? Drop that. Do that because it won't do anything. Okay, I guess it is Sacred Flame for deck save throw.
Um, 14.
That fails. So it is 4 radiant damage.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
So these things aren't getting any grayer, any lighter, and there's no way of figuring out this thing's getting hurt.
Valen is attacking the same one. No, they're just inky blackness. That's 9 damage.
Was that the one on Dill or the one on
The
Tickles?
one on Doc.
Or Doc. Sorry.
Or, yeah, sorry. On Dill, the one that Doc just attacked.
Yeah.
And back to the top of the order with Tickles. It's going to make its reaction attack against you. 21 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
25 damage.
Ouch.
Okay, my turn, right? Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's a miss. That's a 12. And this one is, oh, that's much better. That's 24.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That's 15.
Okay. The darkness collapses in on itself and disappears.
That's good to know.
Dild, it's going to take its opportunity attack against you before you act.
Okay.
19 to hit.
It totally does. Amazing.
Oof, a doof. 37 damage.
All right, I'm still alive, but it's looking ugly, gang. Looking not as attractive as I normally am.
Dang, 37 damage. That's doing a crap ton of damage.
Rolled real well.
I would hope. I hope that wasn't a poor roll. 37.
I meant the lowest we've saw it roll is a 24.
Yeah, 24 that I took. So that's got to be what, like at least like 66, if not more than that. Yeah, more than that probably.
All right, I'm assuming it's my turn now.
Yep.
All right, I'll do a set of scorching rays at this sucker, and I'll do one extra one. So maybe I'll see if I can finish him off. That's a 25. That's a 21.
Yep.
Sorry, can you? That's a 17.
Yep.
That's a 10.
No.
Okay, so 3 of them.
That's 3 hits.
Yeah. 24 fire damage.
Okay. Gray.
Still there, huh? All right. Do I? Let's see. Based on the damage, it's basically the same. I'm just gonna try to Eldritch Blast it from where I'm at. That first is a miss, because that's a 12, and that is a 24, and that is 13 force damage.
Okay.
Dang it! I was hoping to get it before I missed.
It's gonna get one. It's gonna get one more attack on our good friend Dild here. I'm guessing one more attack.
This is the end.
16 to hit.
That hits. I have a feeling I will not be surviving this. If you're above a 4, I'm down.
Yeah, 23 damage.
There you go. Yeah. So I'm down.
Okay. Doc.
Okay, I will try to hit it with a Sacred Flame again.
Uh, 24.
I save, so it takes no damage. And
All right.
I will cast Healing Word on Dild. That was first level 2, but it's not. Heal you for 9.
I'm up, or not up, but I'm awake.
Berlin
I'm up.
rolled a 25 to hit, and it has literally 1 HP left. So
So I rolled so crappily.
it collapses on itself and disappears. And
The sad thing is, if I'd run up to it and tried to swing at it with my sword twice, I would have killed it, because my sword is +6, like is a D10 +6, and the other is a D10 +5. It's the Eldritch Blast. I was like, it's basically the same. Dang it!
What kind of damage was it rolling?
and
Big
we will
damage.
end there.
All right.
Thanks to Gordon. Thanks to Magic Lasso for hanging out. Thanks to who else? Circumstances.
Casino's in.
Christina was in.
Yeah, Christina Payne was here for a little bit. JP's budget collecting. Oh yeah, I know that guy.
I think he sucks though.
He's overrated.
Thanks, all you guys. We're not quite sure when we're going to be back on again. Next week is somebody's birthday, and then because we're getting so close to the end, we want to make sure we have the whole group here, so we don't kind of get to the end missing somebody. So, but keep an eye out, and we'll see you then. Until the next time, don't turn your back on giant, spooky, dark blades of inky blackness. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Yeah.